Alright guys, welcome back to the Friends on an Island podcast. My name is Ben, I'm one of your hosts.
What's up? It's Jared. Jared on an island. What's again? Okay, go.
Alright.
Introduce yourself, please.
My name's Miguel. Hi, guys.
All right, go ahead.
I'm John.
Awesome. And we got our regular guest, Roshan, here as well. So we got two new guests, our regular trio. We're going to be talking about some fun stuff today. So let's get right into it.
Let's get to it.
So this week, I was, doing my repeat stuff. And I've been on a diet, right? I've lost 10 pounds in the past, I would say 2 weeks. So I feel pretty proud of myself right now. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Well,
Jamie, you look a lot fatter.
Yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't know what I did. I think I took the wrong supplement or something, but I swear I started developing gyno.
Yeah.
So as soon as I started getting less fat, I was getting fat on my stomach, and then as soon as I started getting fat on my titties, I was like, something needs to change immediately.
Because how are you
they
losing
sensitive?
weight
No.
with gaining gyno?
Well, no, they're not gyno. They're not sensitive.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'll tell you this
Can we
really.
feel them?
Can you milk yourself?
Here's
Can
the
you take your
thing.
shirt off?
I'll tell you something. Okay, one time. Okay,
You
this
gotta
is the
close your
bit.
eyes and just feel it.
Close your eyes and imagine this.
Jay, use your lips very quick.
Okay, this is gonna be some traumatizing lore. Okay, so one time in high school, right? I'm like anorexic skinny in high school. Okay, I was like, you know what? I want to see like what happens if I just because people would always give each other purple nurples. Okay, so I was like, what happens if I just squeeze my nip like so hard? Like, what will happen, right? So I remember I did this. This is on.
I really want to stop it though.
No, and so literally I squeezed it so hard, like like how a little bit of like clear liquid comes out right before you bleed. Yeah, I got to that
On your
point.
nipple?
Yeah, legit. Because I was like, I gotta prep
You did
myself.
it to yourself.
Yeah, in case somebody purple nurples me.
That's kind
I've
of...
never heard of that in my life before.
That's
Have you
some
heard of
like
that?
deep, like...
Yeah.
There's
That's
something
some-
to unpack there, but...
You knew you were going to get assaulted in your school, yeah.
Yeah.
You assaulted yourself.
I wanted to be prepared
Genius.
You
because
beat
kids,
it to it.
kids at my school,
I think Rachel
It-
would
it-
approve of that.
it is genius. Okay, UFC fighters they hit themselves in order
I don't
to
think
get
they
numb.
do,
To,
no.
okay,
They get
You-
others. You should have got like your brother or something to do it to you.
well that's kind of weird. Hey, bro, can you squeeze my nipple as hard as you
instead
can?
you sat in your bedroom alone and twisted your own nipples until you bled. Is that better?
Only one.
My apologies.
The other one's
Yeah,
completely
my bad,
vulnerable.
my
Yeah.
bad.
No,
Okay. But I'm just saying, when you do training for fighting, people punch you or kick you like in the thigh and stuff so that you build the tolerance, right?
Yeah, that is true.
But that's for bones.
Well,
And
is it?
Yeah.
It's a bit different if you're just like in high school squeezing your own dick. Like,
Okay,
if
well,
you're
listen.
afraid someone
Okay, but
else-
did you do it more than to train yourself?
Well, here's the
Did you do
thing.
it the one
once.
time?
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as I
This
did
is like
the
bordering like kink
Yeah.
or like.
Well, here's the thing. As soon as I did the
Gotta
first
do it.
time, I swore I was never gonna do it again. Here's the other thing, though.
But...
This Asian kid would also play bloody knuckles with everyone, right? So this is like the mindset I was already having. Purple nurples, bloody knuckles. Like
You're preparing for war.
my school was stressed out kids that wanted to hurt themselves.
Is
or
this
others.
middle school or high school? I didn't see that. Hear that
Both.
part.
It was like a both
Those-
school, right?
that's-
It was a 7-year
Yeah.
journey.
I remember at our middle school, there was a kid who apparently got his nipple twisted off by his older brother. I don't know if it was true.
Jeez.
That I've seen people have their nipples cut off before, though.
Cut off?
Yeah,
No, this older brother
ripped it off.
twisted it so hard and was like pulling it so hard that it
Whoa.
like pulled his nipple off. Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
what I
if
was
it's
training for.
I don't know.
See, he didn't practice. He didn't
Yeah,
train.
you didn't train the resistance. bro.
Finally started to tear.
Okay, so so that happened, and because of that trauma, I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't want gyno. I don't want any of that. Like, so I've been on a diet. I've been tracking my nutrients. I have not been hitting any of my nutrient goals, but I have been starving, which means I've been losing weight, which means my metabolism has been getting slower, which means I'm not as PD as I was about 2 weeks ago, which is pissing me off. I'm still
Okay.
having my coffee and
Wait,
my ass.
side note, hold on. Let's go back. Okay, maybe you squeezing your nipple,
Yeah,
it wasn't the clear liquid that comes out before you bleed.
it was milk.
Some
I
sort
would
of
have drank that shit.
No. Like unironically, because teenage boys do have higher,
Lactase.
some sort of
Okay.
Hormones are all messed up. Yeah,
Okay.
so it is possible that you just technically milked yourself.
Well, you know what?
You might be
Congratulations.
trans as well.
Just from that one instance, maybe so. I don't know.
Oh.
But anyways, I
Anyway,
just wanted
back
to.
to
Moving
starting
on.
yourself.
Repeat. You
Yeah,
start
so
yourself.
I've been starving myself. I can feel my hormones all out of whack again because you're not hitting your nutrients. But you know what? I have been really trying. Like, a cup of milk a day is extremely important in getting your calcium so that you get the supplements to work. Because without calcium, your body can't process the supplements. And I think doing that, aspirin, coffee, the sun, vitamin D.
You just snuck an aspirin there. Where'd that come from? Is that a repeat approved thing?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You should probably have. I take 3 aspirin a week minimum.
Is that for your body or for your eyes to turn blue?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
So what's the end goal? For your eyes to be blue or?
It's mainly to counteract seed oils. But if my eyes become blue, like they once were in my ancestral times, I'll be happy.
That's just like a benefit.
Yeah.
Okay. So why are you starving yourself though?
Because I need to lower my body fat to the point where I can have abs for the summer. I'm at 14% body fat.
Do you
now.
go to the gym?
You are
Yes.
not at 14% body fat.
I am.
No, you're not.
Well, that's what the weight thing that does the electro scale stuff tells me.
Do you think he's higher or lower?
Yeah, do you think I'm higher or low? Okay, what do you think I'm at?
Stand up.
You have to remember my fatness. also comes from my
Pick your
fat
shirt up.
size.
Pick your shirt up.
That's me flexing.
Dude, you kind of got some abs.
I
I
got
got getting there.
He does, but that's not
But this is
14%.
me.
Oh, yeah. Suck it in, bro. Suck it in.
That's not 14%.
What is it then? 18? 24? 30?
I'd say like
Probably 50%, I'd say.
My scale for me says 18, and I don't know.
But how, accurate are they?
I mean,
they're
I don't
really
know.
not accurate. You have to
Visually see
I do
it.
have some Chinese skill from Amazon. That, you step on it barefoot and it reads it.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Those are really iffy because technically they obviously don't know every part of you, your build and whatnot. So
Yeah.
The one I have has an app where you could put all that in, but it's still think it's.
you need
Have you done the puller one or with the one with your hand or some shit? Have you done that?
no.
one before?
I honestly haven't done too much BMI stuff, but the ones that generally seem to work are the ones where you hold it weighs you, and it measures you, and those are really expensive.
Okay.
How about we put you on top of a washing machine and just see how much you jiggles?
No, I'd say you're 20, 24-ish, honestly.
Okay.
Maybe more.
Well, I've
Probably
lowered.
not, though.
I think I've lowered a lot in the past 2 weeks.
So,
as much as you
The
can.
only thing that I would say about starving yourself, it's good for losing fat, but it also makes you lose muscle.
Yeah, that's true.
The only thing I would say is focus on a more carnivore-based diet if you're going to, because it's really hard to gain fat when you're only eating meat. Once you add carbs in there, then you start to gain weight because then your body's accessing that for energy, and then it's storing the rest.
Okay, so here's the thing, and this is a Ray
Carbs
Keith.
are PD though.
Exactly.
Certain carbs.
So here's the thing: if you go into ketosis or anything like that,
meat.
yeah, that's true, and that's good for you.
Ketosis. What?
If you go into ketosis, your body's in a state of stress.
Yes.
But listen, you do have a good point. Maybe I should, because I'm just trying to lose weight the fastest possible, not the healthiest. So maybe I should go into ketosis.
You technically have 2 months till summer.
Yeah.
You don't need to do it as fast as possible.
Oh, but I do, because I need to get that skinny, and then I need to hit
Build
the
it
gym
back
every
up,
day, so that I can get the abs. Yeah.
No, that's not how it
Or
works.
you could just get skinny without losing it.
Because
I want good abs though, not skinny abs.
Because when you're cutting down when you're making, let's say, pieces of wood, you start from a large log and then shave it down. You're not starting from a 2x4 and then adding them together to make it a 4x4. That just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You want to shave it down and kind of get it to where you want.
Yeah, chisel
Okay.
it, like a stone.
Yeah, so while you have fat on you, you should be eating properly and working out and eating less calories than you're burning in a day, then you'll lose weight. That's all you should be focusing on. So
Okay.
ketosis is probably the best if you're just trying to lose weight. What you're in is just a state of starvation, so your body's using whatever it can for fuel. So I would suggest not doing that if you're trying to get abs and be skinny by the summer, because if you lose all of your muscle too, then you're kind of just like Twink.
Skinny, yeah.
Just a twink, yeah.
Yeah.
Just straight up twink.
Twink zone.
One thing though, don't bang your hand on the table because it might mess up the audio, just so you know. Okay. But that's actually a good point, and I'm going to keep that in mind. And you know what? I think I'm going to try to do that. But yeah, I don't know. You kind of have abs, right, Ben?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. They
And
come
you-
and go.
Did you like always have that, or did you develop that? You kind of have it too, right, Miguel?
No.
Or you've had it before?
I had it before when I was skinnier. I've been gaining weight, so.
Well, yeah, it started in high school. Like, I was just naturally skinny.
Mm-hmm.
I'd run a lot, do a lot of cardio because of tennis. But then I just started following YouTube videos, like 7-minute abs. Did that every day, and then
You got
after
them.
a while, yeah.
I'll tell you another funny story. In high school, I wanted to impress this girl, and she told me that she had a 30-day workout challenge, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that with her, and then like I'm gonna get ripped, and she's gonna love me.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I actually did it with her. I was like, why am I actually like developing muscle? This is weird.
Wait, I work out and then I develop muscle?
Yeah, and I remember being so confused, like, am I doing this for her or am I doing this for me? You know what, I'm just gonna stop completely because I can't make up my mind. and but it was worth it though. I remember that.
Even though you stopped.
Yeah, I did stop
Why did you stop?
because I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. I think the thing is that she didn't like me. She didn't like me, so I was like, why am I doing this? You know?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's teen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's teen habit. But
Did you guys have a lot of teen angst? Like, were you like angry at the world?
No.
I wouldn't say I was angry at the world, but I was definitely
A rebellious teen?
no, not
Okay.
even that. I was just like I don't even know how to describe it. I was like
Okay.
angry, but just
Annoyed.
yeah. I mean, it's just like regular teen stuff, like with my parents and things like that.
I still have that.
Yeah,
Just regular annoyance.
but
at
you
the
live
world.
with your parents, so it's different.
Yeah, I guess for now. Yeah.
It's not even like a dig. Like I could not live with my parents right now. Like, that would,
My mom would drive me crazy.
yeah, dude.
Yeah. Somebody said on Twitter, it's like, if you live with your parents, you're trading it off. Like, you're trading the money you save for mental health. I was like, you know what? That's kind of true.
Could be,
It is
yeah.
like a normie thing, but like, it is true. I don't know. I've been watching a bunch of videos on child psychology on TikTok.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? If I think I talked about this on a previous podcast, actually, right? Like applying that to yourself, you can actually see like parts where when you were a kid, you like missed certain training,
Certain
sessions
benchmarks
or
and
whatever,
stuff, yeah.
benchmarks. Yeah. So like, I never had a tantrum as a kid, right? That doesn't mean I don't throw tantrums or don't know how to resolve throwing a tantrum. It's just that I've never experienced it, so I never needed it. But it was really helpful to learn oh, okay, so if I'm going through this mental process, this is how I solve it still, because it does manifest in other ways.
Like where you just skip it, but you still understand
Yeah.
how to. Okay, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. We're just kids have general things like throwing a tantrum at a store and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. This is why I'm bringing it up, because there's a lot of adults that you'll see that genuinely you can people always say, oh, that kid was never spanked as a child. What does that mean? They obviously skipped something in their childhood that they desperately needed as an adult, right?
Yeah.
And it's why? Okay, one, all people are normies in a certain way because of how they were brought up. You can see it through generations like boomers. They still act like children to this day. Why? Because they were kind of spoiled by the greatest generation into believing that they had the ability to, change the world just because they wanted it, like the hippie movement, right? With Gen X, you kind of see it where it's oh, their parents always told them you're special.
Yeah, the whole snowflake thing.
Exactly. And now they think that, oh, if I just act weird, that gives me worthiness. Even though their weirdness is completely normal to all of them, because they still don't want to act outside of the bounds of what will get them in trouble. So their special was you get the participation trophy for doing exactly what everyone else did.
Isn't that more for millennials though?
Yeah, millennials are
Okay.
later.
Okay, yeah, millennials,
Another
yeah.
thing that I think seeing a lot of kids nowadays with just weird names where it's Kylan or they just add K's or X's into random places and names. I think I think that their parents are so focused on being different,
Yeah.
but they're all focused on being different, so they're all kind of the same. So they're the only way that they can really make themselves distinct is by dyeing their hair, getting piercings, getting tattoos, or naming their kids something abstract that
sounds
is
terrible.
unique. Yeah, so I think that they have no real way to express their uniquity, and so it just kind of
manifests through that.
Manifests in just exterior, superficial things.
Yeah, exactly. So what is the weirdest name you've ever seen? I hate when people are named Absidy, where it's like ABCD. That is so stupid.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Or what is the other one? There's one where it's like people who come from overseas, if they don't have like a name, it's like they put like no name at birth or something, and then their name's like Nab or something like that.
I in Harlingen, when we had a Panda Express open, there was all these Asian dudes there, like Asian dudes, you know?
Okay.
Like, I would assume Chinese, but they were all like, because it's a Panda Express. But no, they were all named like Steve, Richard, and like none of them spoke proper English. So it's like, come on, guys.
Who are you trying to fool?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, if they put their name there, no one's gonna fucking know how to say it.
I know.
Would you ever name your kid something weird though? I remember there was this one guy that I was friends with in high school. He would say this bit, and it was so stupid that I would always laugh. He'd be like, "I'm gonna name my kid Penis and Vagina," and I would die laughing every time he told me that. I don't know why.
Man.
It's almost as bad of a name as Jared.
I think the worst thing I've ever heard is Roshan. I think that's just a terrible name.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, there's a few chicks from my work, and their names are all like words. And I just think it's the weirdest thing. Like, you're gonna name somebody like Charisma or Karma.
I've met a girl
Or like
named
Rain.
Princess before. I was like, why is her name Princess? That was her first name.
Yeah.
There's this girl at my work. Well, there's actually two girls. One of them's named Angel, which is like not that bad of a name.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah, and then there's another one named Trinity, and
Yeah.
That was the name of one of my crushes. Not gonna lie,
Was she
Maybe it's
black?
her.
Trinity.
Can you describe her? Maybe?
Yeah.
Nah, I promise you it's not.
Oh,
Well, now that you never know.
I won't get into it, but I promise you it's not.
okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, it's like I've heard it being an Asian name. That's why.
No, she's definitely not Asian. They're nice girls though.
Is she
That guy.
Latinx?
No,
Okay. Well, anyways.
she's two different races.
Okay.
Oh, she's a hybrid.
Yep.
Bit of a caramel
I can't do this. I
chocolate,
work with
man.
this girl. I can't do this.
You already named out the city too, dude. You're like exposing yourself.
I didn't name out the city.
You
Okay,
said
it's
above where
fine.
the
It's
panda
fine.
was.
No. Where I currently live
Is somewhere else.
and I work at is somewhere else.
I know who you
away
are.
Anyways,
Moving on.
moving on.
Ugh.
I don't even know where to go from there.
I
Honestly,
don't know
like,
either, man.
you know, do you think names determine what your personality is gonna
Yeah,
be?
there's a term for it. I can't remember the.
Schizophrenia. Just kidding. Astrology.
Autism.
Name astrology, maybe.
Nameology.
Namerology.
Namerology.
No, but like, okay, here's the thing. You'd think Caesar would be like a powerful name, but now it's like not really.
Nah,
Well,
it's
you just think of a salad.
Joe average Hispanic dude.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I always wanted. This is so stupid, but I've always wanted to name my kid Draco because it just sounds cool, like Draco Malfoy. But like it just won't happen.
Drake.
I already know it. Or like some sort of name with a Z, but like it does come off as cringe, and then it's like, okay, bro.
It's nominative determinism. That's what it's called.
Like Chad.
Yeah.
Just being named Chad.
Yeah. Chad Brostein. That's what I changed my
What do you
name
side
to.
with?
No, because I was at 2 Christmases ago. I was talking to my stepbrother about names that I think weren't good for.
People to be named.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I said that this name Seth was that the name Seth was linked to a particular trait.
Okay.
And and so then my stepsister was talking to some guy named Seth on the phone, and I thought it was her boyfriend, and I was like, "Yo, dude, totally forgot that her boyfriend's name was Seth." He's like, "Oh no, that's not her boyfriend's name. But he is the trait that you were talking about." And I was like, "Interesting."
It just kind of proved itself.
Yeah, dude. So that was interesting.
Yeah, you can learn a lot about people from their names. I feel like
There you go.
Yeah.
if someone's name is Slow-Mo or something, you can learn about like their ancestral lineage.
or like Roshan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's also true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or Ben, or
Too
Jared,
cool.
or Miguel, or John.
Yeah.
Imagine what those people look like in your mind right now. Only one of us is Atlantean.
Okay, what do you think?
Oh man.
Do you think do you think that like because like I feel like as a guy you kind of should play into the belief that astrology is a little bit real, because if you're a guy that's like, no, hell no, I'll never believe that BS, I'll never even play into it with a woman or whoever else, I feel like that is actually like a bad look on you. You should be able to be playful and play into it. Even if you don't fully believe it, you should believe it enough to play into it with somebody. Because here's why. Because if you don't, it shows that you have such a strong belief in the anti-astrology that you're creating a manifestation of the opposite to occur, which means that it's still occurring. It's cyclical. So
This isn't a horseshoe.
Does anybody know what he's talking
He's
about?
he's saying that like you're saying that it's so untrue that you deep down you do believe in it.
you're making it
Like
you're making the reverse true. You're making whatever they're saying to be the reverse as in true.
Well, what if you don't believe in manifestation?
Exactly. If you're someone that's like, I hate manifestation,
But
You're
it's
actually-
not true then.
okay, well listen, if you're somebody that's putting emotional energy into not believing it, right? Like if someone brings up, oh, I believe in manifestation and affirmation, and you're like, hell no, I'll never believe in that bullshit. You're actually doing the opposite. You're like,
You're manifesting, not believing you're manifesting.
Exactly.
So basically,
You're putting yourself
manifestation
down.
Actually, is true then.
Yeah, on some level.
Okay,
it's true.
yeah,
True.
I can see that, but I disagree. If I don't think that something is real, like astrology, I shouldn't. I shouldn't be putting so much effort into it, trying to say that it's not, and B, I shouldn't just be playing into it just to try and satisfy them.
That
Like,
is
no
true.
matter what, I shouldn't. If that is my belief, I shouldn't even be. I should just be able to, basically unconsciously be like, no, I don't think that's real. And
Yeah.
then that's end of story. And
Yeah,
But if you're one of those guys who's like, oh, no astrology, and you just obviously like got your opinion from online and from someone
Yeah.
else, and you just create a huge deal out of it,
like, oh, I hate astrology girls, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, dude.
kind of like, we get it, you just kind of copied that from it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
people who get
Authentic.
their opinions from online, not cool, dude.
yeah. We shot all of them.
Yeah, that's very low
I
IQ.
think it's
honestly.
I think it's good to get ideas from online, but you don't have to make them your own
Yeah.
or make them your personality.
You should try your hardest to create your own perspective of what you perceive online. Even if you have to force it to be a little bit different, in order to fully understand it, you should make it a little different so that you can apply the original concept from an outside perspective, and then you get a larger grasp on what you're actually
It's
believing in.
very wise.
You think so?
Yeah, actually.
I think that's the smartest thing I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, that's the most high IQ. That's at least a 105 IQ.
Well, let me tell you something, Miguel. You must not listen to the podcast a lot because we say a lot of smart things on here. Am I right?
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, we say a lot of 105 IQ things here.
That's
so.
good, dude. I'm gonna have to do that.
That's true.
I'm glad I joined the 105 club.
Congrats. You made it.
Congrats, man. I'm proud of
Am
you.
I Atlantean now too?
Well,
No, you're not. It's an ethno-religion.
That's no religion.
Honorary.
It's a religion now.
Yeah.
Oh, I could be honorary, right? You could like get like a
No,
water
you-
staff
it's
and like touch my
matrilineal.
shoulder.
No, you'll never you can join, but you'll never truly
can be
recognized.
They'll
honored.
never,
Oh,
they'll never
really?
accept you.
That sounds
Yeah, they'll never
fun.
really accept you.
They'll
Like
never
they'll
accept
they'll
you.
say they do, but they don't
And
actually.
they actually hate me
Yeah.
behind my back.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm an ethno-philosophy, not an ethno-religion. But it's okay. I'm used to people talking about my culture that aren't a part of it. So, it's
Okay.
It's okay. People, I consider you guys honorary Atlanteans, so
Thanks, man.
you should be proud of it.
Thanks for spitting in my face.
It's tradition. It's Atlantean tradition.
You wouldn't get it, Earth
Yeah,
Walker.
I should be grateful that it's happening. That I'm getting spit on.
Are we welcome into the Atlantean ethnoset?
What if
Right, he just said we're honorary members.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As honorary ones, don't we have to be like Atlantean by blood? Like, isn't it like metro?
well, we can go to the honorary section. It's kind of like outside, and you'll never.
Oh,
Like,
it's
maybe
segregated.
we can't vote, but like we'll just be allowed in.
We're like third
Yeah.
class citizens. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
accept
yeah.
that.
I can get down with that.
You could just watch from the outside, like near the dumpster and all the poop in Atlantis, but you can't actually do anything inside. Nothing.
Wait, who's y'all's? Okay, in Atlantis, who's y'all's greatest like
Zero?
America has China.
Greatest
Who's-
ally.
Who's
Who's
your
your
enemy?
India. Just kidding. It's probably. Actually, that's a good question. Honestly, it's probably all of you.
Okay, just anybody who's not Atlantean.
Yeah. No, I mean, you'd be surprised. We actually get along pretty well with Hyperboreans and Agarthans, but
You know what I would think? Just because y'all are all like water based.
yeah.
I think Egypt, desert based, or some type of desert civilization would be y'all's enemies.
Honestly, that is. You'd think that, right? But the thing about Egypt specifically, the Sahara Desert used to be completely
yeah.
underwater. Yeah.
I was
so-
kind of thinking that through when I said it. I was like, oh, well, the Nile River, and it just
Yeah.
wasn't like straight desert back then.
So more it's like,
The sand people. The
Well-
sand people are your enemies.
you know what we really don't know? Well, no, but I don't know. You know, like Nepal, you know, like their flag.
The mountains and those
Yeah.
people.
I don't know. Like we just don't like how they've just established their, national identity.
Is it
around-
based off
So
Atlantean?
Tibetans and stuff as well.
Yeah. Because they also
That's
hold
racist.
a lot of esoteric knowledge that they don't allow people to have.
So
Interesting.
So the Nepalese and the Tibetans are
Are
Atlantis.
the enemies, huh?
Well, they're not enemies. We just don't like to kindly associate with the
Okay.
belief systems.
Okay,
Oh.
who's Atlantis' greatest
Ally?
Yeah.
Ally.
Israel.
Are they close? Is that history?
I think they go and visit Atlantis.
Well,
actually.
they didn't exist
Yeah.
when we existed, so
True that.
yeah.
Oh, you guys get them
We
out of
gotta think
Atlantis?
about that.
Did you guys do that?
Well, no, but they just weren't around. So,
What about like Native Americans? Do y'all ever have any contact with them?
well, technically, Native Americans, like lineage-wise, still connected. Like as a, they're actually like the end of the timeline instead of the beginning. Because
So they're like late stage Atlanteans.
well, Atlanteans know that Romans became Native Americans. So yeah,
That's some Atlantean history.
yeah.
Wait,
Not
so
to
you're saying-
educate us on that one.
Wait, so why do they all like? you're
They're
saying
different
Romans-
looking. They're different looking because the environment
They're
affected
all
them
exclusively
after
Sicilians, and that's why they're all darker skinned.
No,
Interesting.
it had an effect. The environment had an effect on them. That's just.
I
the
feel
truth.
like
Like Sicily.
I
Well,
feel
like,
a
yes,
quick
like, that
DNA
is true.
test could like figure this out.
Listen,
I'm
even
actually
if I,
100% Native American,
well, I am.
What tribe, bro? What tribe are you?
Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah, I just
Dude,
take
that's
aspirin,
weird,
but
bro.
I'm Native American. That's why my eyes are blue.
It's the environment.
Yeah, it's the
The
environment.
environment changed you.
Unironically,
In a matter of a
that's true,
lifetime.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but going back to the Native American thing, so you said that they came here at the end of the Atlantis.
Okay, listen. This is why you gotta. This is why you gotta
Yeah,
listen to
what's the
other
timeline
podcast
on
episodes. First off, we on this podcast we don't like to use the word timeline because you know what that
Okay,
means.
yeah, y'all are missing
Yeah.
out on this.
First off,
That is
you're
facts. That is facts.
you're assuming that time is linear.
He's a heteronormative.
We're shifting,
That is
alright?
what
We're
time is
shifting the
heteronormative.
consciousness.
First off, well, there's no first. Let's get that first off. There's no first.
There's no order in it.
There's no order.
It always has been, and it
Okay, what
always
came-
will be.
I'm just gonna say this.
Atlantis isn't Jesus.
Oh, but how you'd be surprised.
Okay.
Did the Atlantis god take Advil and aspirin?
Why would he need to? They gifted us that. How do you think they invented that?
Oh,
Like,
Can we move on to something?
why do you think we call you Homo sapiens to laugh at you? We want to laugh.
I'm actually Homo erectus.
Do you think Atlantean scientists just came up with these names out of science? No, we decided to laugh at you guys.
Oh,
And
you're
let you
making
guys
fun of us.
Yes, Homo erectus. You think that's a serious name?
No, I meant like right now.
I think that's got homosexual.
Thank you for explaining that.
For the listeners who don't get it.
Atlanteans are sorcerers, dude. They're Talmudic sorcerers.
Yeah, I'm deleting like all that. I don't know that.
Thanks for the insight, random dude that walked in here.
Is that Rabbi Shlomo walking in the door?
Thank you, Rabbi.
Get it out of your system. Get it out. I knew it wasn't gonna last, man. I knew it wasn't gonna last.
When we start talking about Atlantis, it's like it's real. It's already over.
Yeah, and you guys kept going for 30 minutes.
Wait, all that's getting cut out?
Basically.
Yeah, I think that's a good part. Up until the Atlantis.
Yeah.
I'll keep some of it.
We're good.
Okay, thank you for letting me edit 3 hours now.
It's
For
not fucking 3
that.
hours.
Okay.
You're acting like a woman, dude. Go back to Atlantis.
Yeah, you're a woman. That's an Atlantean trait as well.
Get back to
Is it,
educated,
bro?
bro.
Go back under the sea.
Then why would I stay here then? Because that's where I came from.
Because you're
Fucking.
gonna get deported.
I'm gonna get deported right back here. You don't even know where
This
it is.
isn't
You're from Atlantis, bro. What the heck?
Right here.
You're not a citizen, I
Oh,
swear.
man.
Anyways,
Atlantis is in Mexico.
and you were okay. Anyways,
I got a question.
yeah, go ahead.
How are the Native Americans from Rome?
Okay, you know what? Let's step away from racial.
I just
And
actually.
Atlantean. We can talk about time. We can talk. Okay, you know what? I will entertain that. You know what? Romans. Okay, first it was ancient Greeks, right? They ruled
Right.
the seas. Well, not first, but ruled the seas.
yeah. At the
Italians,
same time.
Italians/Romans, Romans/Spain. Spain moved up when Rome started to crumble.
Okay.
Okay, but during these same time periods, even in ancient Greece, there were people who went so far out that they never came back. Those people made it to America.
But what about like the idea that there was like the land bridge between Russia and Alaska, and they crossed that?
Oh yeah, I actually watched something on this last night,
Yeah.
and it was basically there's now stuff that's predating the land bridge that's been discovered. So it because the traditional narrative, I guess, is around 11,000 to 12,000 years ago, somewhere around there.
Americas were peopled about 20k years ago.
I think it's at the end of the last ice age because it was all covered in like ice, and then it started to melt, but there was still enough for them to traverse. So they traversed, came across the land bridge, and then. But now there's evidence. For instance, on the west coast of South America, there's this big trident thing, just carved into like the side of this hill, like straight on the coast, and it lines up.
Very interesting.
It lines up with Easter Island, and the Easter Island heads are also maybe predate the natives that we think are natives to Easter Island, who are actually Polynesians. And the Polynesian exploration happened, I think, like 800 years ago or something. So the fact that there are these ginormous sculptures there that predate the Polynesians, it kind of disrupts a lot of understanding of when humans got to America. Because also in White Sands, I was actually just there. There's apparently footprints that are over 13,000 years old or something.
God.
And so they're like with woolly mammoth tracks and other late ice age creatures.
Do you think they like rode the woolly mammoths back then?
No, I don't think so at all.
You don't think so? Like
They weren't really
domesticated?
friendly, yeah.
No,
I didn't know I left those there.
So I think I don't think there would have been any sort of domestication of animals that big. For instance, in India, they don't even have elephants domesticated, and those are the smallest form of elephants that we have. So these woolly mammoths that are like twice the size of Indian elephants, I don't think they're going to be too friendly with a bunch of little...
maybe, you
if
you
you're
just give them some
persistent enough,
food.
man.
But think about it. You have all day, every day to try to domesticate an animal back then. That's how wolves became dogs. Like
That's
people,
not true.
Well,
I
what do you
disagree.
mean?
Because I think there was a sort of synergistic relationship between wolves and humans that kind of that resulted in domesticated dogs. Whereas what would a mammoth get from a human? Because they're herbivores, they're giant, they live in
That's a good
packed.
point.
There's not a good relationship there.
Yeah, they don't have like an alpha or anything. Like that's the main thing with horses. That's what allowed us to domesticate horses as well. Is that there's or like compared to zebras, because zebras they're kind of run as a pack, but there's no clear leader. That's kind of just if something goes down, every man for themselves. Whereas horses have the maverick or whatever, the leader. Same with dogs. There's an alpha, and so with humans, you become that dog's alpha.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's already kind of in their brain, like, okay, we follow this.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're kind of they've been through thousands of years been manufactured to act in a certain way that's been best for them, and now it's coincided with.
Okay,
Yeah,
but I'm
humans.
going to tell you a perspective that isn't scientific in nature, okay? When you see someone that's really in touch with their feminine energy, they can always have a connection with animals, right? We see this all the time in symbolism, like how the Disney princess can like sing with the birds, right? And we know that women especially have like a better connection with just wild animals, okay? Now we know by Ray Peat's principles, when you're more in touch with your metabolism, you're able to connect with nature better. Okay? So take all of this, imagine yourself 20,000 years ago, imagine you're a Foid/woman, and you see
a what/woman?
No, my God.
Foid/woman, it's a term for women, okay? I believe that, yes, you're right, that they weren't genetically able to be domesticated, but I believe there were instances where the animal recognized that they could be protected from predators through human tribes. So they decided to either stick around or stay or listen to the tribe. I think this is also possible by human tribes taking in babies of animals that they hunted and then raising them as a different animal. So like we see this like with the Florida man who raised the alligator that thinks it's a dog, right? And that's why it doesn't eat people.
But that's not true. I mean, I've seen like actual trainers of alligators and stuff, and it's just like they know what they're doing because the alligator will still murder them. It does not matter.
But then how comes... Okay, I agree to most of it. But there are the cases where it's like the Florida man that's had his alligator inside his house for 60 years. And then he's like, it ain't hurt nobody. And sometimes they do.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't. And since they never did,
I mean,
technically
do you remember that
reverse
story of
proves
that chimp that mauled that woman?
Yeah, and that was kind of a funny story.
What?
Because it's like, okay, something triggered that chimp.
Yeah, something made it go. It was obviously not fully domesticated, not even close to it. Just destroyed her.
I disagree with the alligator thing.
Okay.
Because it's like living with your family. Like
Okay.
you don't look at your mother and you're like, oh, like you don't go through an entire series of thoughts every time you see her. You're like, oh, that's my mom. It's just like automatic, you know. And so like with wild animals, you see another alligator. Let's say you're an alligator. You see another alligator. You're like, oh, alligator. Like there's no second thought. I don't look at it like Miguel or any of you guys and I'm like, oh, that's XYZ person, you know, it's just person, you know? And so I think by that alligator being raised, basically all that alligator knows is that family. So I think it's just like, it sees itself as that group, you know, it pairs itself with that. But I don't, you can't train it. You're not gonna be able to train an alligator to sit or do anything. It's especially with an alligator, I'd say, or a creature like that, because they're so prehistoric. They're so unevolved.
So ancient.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're.
Well, let's take the elephant, for example. Like, if it was raised by humans, it is going to repeat what it believes is like humans' patterns, because it won't know it's an elephant. Okay, it's gonna think it's like maybe one of us, maybe a dog, maybe something around there, right? That it grows up with, and it's gonna repeat behaviors. You wouldn't necessarily be able to train it, but if it sees like herd of people moving and it belongs to the herd since it was raised by it, it's going to move with it. I don't think it would necessarily act out for having to, like, let's say, carry supplies or something.
No, I don't. Okay, I don't disagree with that. But you're saying that those ancient people had nothing better to do than to domesticate,
Or at least try to take, like, maybe a baby or try to interact with
like
wildlife.
what is it called when a woman's pregnant for 9 months? What's it called? The cycle or the period.
Okay.
So like an elephant is pregnant for like 2 years.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So getting that elephant, that newborn baby elephant, let's say you find a baby elephant,
Yeah.
not newborn, but newer, to get to fully grown, that's probably at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And spending 10 years of your life as opposed when you live in a hunter-gatherer society, instead of hunting and gathering, you're caring for a mammoth.
That's a lot of food.
But at the same time, like I said, you have literally nothing.
You have to
else
survive.
there.
You have something better to do.
No, I don't
Constantly
think.
getting sick.
See, here's the thing.
They didn't just
Listen,
sit on
I
bench
don't
all day.
think.
They had to go and like get food, you know?
Is that what they taught you in school?
Yes, that's exactly what they taught me in
And
school.
and you're gonna believe that?
Yeah,
think about
Ricky
that.
actually told me
But
that,
why domesticate the woolly mammoth or why tame the woolly mammoth? Because it not only
For
do you,
fun.
Because
but
it's
not
cool.
only
Yeah, actually.
but not only do you have to tame it, you have to get it to be bred with something else, and then you also have to be able to do this generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think okay. I don't think
Disrupting that
Okay,
once
that is
immediately
true.
reverts it.
Maybe it's not true domestication because of that, but I do think there were instances of wild animals being raised as domesticated animals for that one singular period of the animal's
Well,
life.
I mean, I could believe
Because
that
we
with,
see-
like, the dogs and all the other smaller creatures.
And you know what? There is proof of this. I mean, technically, but we know of like princesses and kings and stuff that were real that had like pet lions that would actually just lay around. But, you know, like you guys are right. They could act out. They could do all this. Like same thing that happens today with people that try to raise alligators or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it is interesting. I think that, you know, people just had so much more free time back then that people would try and die to do these things, and it would work sometimes.
Okay, I do think that it wasn't just pure hunting and gathering. Like I do think that there were periods in time where you're kind of, for lack of a better term, chilling out.
Yeah, they had some downtime.
But to spend that on raising a woolly mammoth when you can just go find a pig takes a quarter of the time to fully grow or anything else, then
And you could breed that and eat it. And
yeah,
it's
it breeds much quicker. You can raise it much quicker, and at the end of the day, it requires a lot less work, and you get food out of it. Like,
And that definitely did happen. But same as today, everyone knows that one kid that wants the weirdest pet possible instead of the freaking dog.
There you
You
go.
know what I
man.
mean?
It's a
Anyone
status
like
symbol.
It was probably you. Did you have any weird fish growing up?
No.
That was the one thing. It's like, okay, a kid cannot take care of a fish. You already know the parents buying everything for that fish. And I think that happened. But like, I don't know. It's
I think
interesting.
you were that kid.
I was. I actually had a weird fish.
Did you have a woolly mammoth or no?
No,
Yeah,
but
did you
I will.
domesticate it?
This is what I would do, and you tell me if this is psychopathic or not.
Okay.
So me and my friends would collect garden snakes in the backyard, right?
and we'd kill them all.
Well, we'd play this game, right? So we had this giant AC unit that had the giant fan.
Oh my god.
And what we do is we'd be like, okay, this is how we're going to change the population of the snakes. Because we like learned about genetics, right? We're like, okay, we're going to drop each one of them in. And if it gets chopped in half by the fan, it didn't deserve to live. So we'd drop all of them in and some of them would survive. And we'd be like, oh, you're free to go now. And then some of them would be sliced like right down the middle. And then we'd be like, should have been better.
Don't they say that kids that like hurt animals when they're small have a tendency to become?
They were 3-inch garden snakes, okay? Well,
It's still a creature, you know.
Yeah, that explains a lot of that.
okay, listen. I'm okay with knowing that I'm capable of violence.
Just
I
once
think
every
that's a
30
masculine trait.
Okay. I don't think you're capable of violence, honestly.
Okay.
Can we see it now?
We're good.
When you guys fight each other?
Punch Miguel right now.
Wait, why the fuck what did I do?
Punch Rosef.
No,
Rosef, punch him back.
No,
with that.
Jay, punch Jay, fight Jay. It'd be funny. You're his weight class, fatty.
Okay, you know what? There's a lot of negative energy in this podcast. I'm not liking that. Cleanse yourself right now.
I
Okay?
need some
Do not
Atlantean
punch
water on
Miguel.
me. Yeah, exactly.
Atlantean water.
That's actually Atlantean water.
AKA
It's an
coconut water.
Coconut water is actually Atlantean too.
Really? Do they have
Yes.
coconuts in Atlantis?
Yes.
What?
The palm trees from Atlantis.
What? Dude, I didn't know these things.
Now we know.
Dumbass.
Don't be
I'm
negative.
sorry,
man.
guys. I didn't do my research before the Jared on Island podcast.
It's okay.
It's
Not
actually
many
Friends
people
on
do.
an Island.
Yeah.
You got the name wrong.
Oh, it's like Talk To and Hawk To, right?
Yeah, exactly. Small
Do you think Haley Welch will come back?
She already
No.
did.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait,
she-
what do you mean by come back? What's
Like,
the-
do you think she's gonna come back into the sphere of influence?
did already.
I mean, she's already so talented that like you cannot stay out of the sphere
She
of
does like a
influence.
paywall thing. It's like a Patreon. She does like videos and you have to pay for them. It's almost like
Did you pay
OnlyFans
for
where
it?
like no, I don't fucking pay for it. I
Why
just
No,
saw.
I think she lives in like not Haiti,
She was at my house.
Puerto Rico.
I'm in my basement right
I
now.
think
I'm
she's in
hiding
Puerto Rico.
Haley Welch.
Yeah, I saw a video of her like in some like she's like talking to her fans and she apologized for like the rug pull, but nobody
I feel
cared.
bad for her, man. She didn't know what she was doing, honestly.
Do you know that though? Do you think she was innocent? Or-
Yes,
You
100%
don't
she's
think she played
innocent.
it?
No,
I
I
know that.
disagree. I think someone was like, well, maybe she was.
They told her you can make a lot of money for this and there's no harm whatsoever, and she said
But
okay.
that's also on her for being so ignorant and go.
Yes,
I
that-
don't know.
But did you expect differently
I think
from Haktua?
That's actually a good. That's actually a good
That's a
point.
good point. That's a good point.
I think
That's
she's
a-
like a mastermind, dude. She's a cryptocurrency expert, and she knew exactly what she was doing.
She actually
Yeah.
hired a bunch of bots to blow up the Hawk Tuah video, and then this is all like planned months in advance. She's like, then I'm gonna make 30 grand on a rug pull.
And then I'm gonna disappear forever after the public hates me.
after I make 30 grand.
I'm gonna disappear for 1 month.
She actually make only that much.
I don't know.
She made way more.
I
than
think
that.
she made more than that, but
Why? Okay, but like seriously, if somebody tells me I got scammed by Haktua, you know what I'm gonna say, bro? You're the stupid one, not her.
Yeah,
You're the bad one.
No, I completely agree, but it doesn't make it any less illegal. Like, or not necessarily
It
illegal,
doesn't make
but
it right if you're stupid.
morally, yeah.
Okay, but this is like giving a bag of meth to a 12-year-old and being like, go sell it to your friends, they're gonna love it and you're gonna make a lot of money. And the 12-year-old goes, okay. And then you go, you stupid 12-year-old, why did you do that? You stupid.
We're talking
That's
about
illegal.
like,
Go
talking
to
about like
jail.
grown adults though. We're not talking about
Yeah,
children.
negligence isn't like an excuse to get out of the law.
Okay, but
maybe
this
not-
grown adult went viral for saying, I'm gonna Haktua spit on that thing.
yeah, it's been on that.
Like in public, insanely intoxicated.
Okay, side note, that's comedy gold, by the way.
It is. Imagine in like 6 years from now. Okay, listeners, if you're listening to 6 years now in advance, tell us about how great the Haktua ironic memes are when it makes a comeback. Because it's gonna make a giant comeback.
What if she does another rug pull? It'd be kind of funny.
The same thing, like, because you change the name of the
A bunch of
coin.
other idiots fall for it.
Okay, you know what? If she came out with a second coin right now, I'd buy into it. I trust her. I trust her. She learned from her mistakes.
I learned,
yeah,
then Jared gets rug pulled.
I'm the only one that buys it.
That's his life savings into it.
I saw one where it was like this guy's crypto. It was like it hit like 10 cents or something, and he had already put like $10 in, and so he made like 8 cents or something. He's like he was like in the chat. Heck, I don't remember.
Honestly, now I'm like imagining like 5 years from now, there could definitely possibly like some sort of revolutionary thing in crypto where all the people come back and they're like, this time it's gonna work, this time it's clear, it's transparent, it's everything, and everyone falls for it all over again. I honestly can see it like happening over and over.
Well-
I don't know, I'm just extremely pessimistic with the general population.
I mean, it's happened so many. There's been so many. Didn't Logan Paul do a crypto scam too?
Yeah.
Like,
I think
okay,
also,
yeah, that's a good point.
Speed also did one too. I think.
I heard, yeah, and he got good publicity because he was like, oh man, I didn't know that I was gonna be.
Yeah, which I feel like that's bullshit. I don't know.
Exactly. But think about like the Paul brothers, okay? How many times, and this just shows how like traumatized we are as a society, how many times do we have to be hurt by them in a way in order for, and we, every single time they come out with something new, we're like, yes, oh, let's get hyped about it. Maybe this time it's different.
Okay, I think
Come on.
I think Logan, out of the Paul brothers, I think Logan, he's like desperately trying to just like one up his brother constantly, but it comes out just as like him
Again,
seething.
Yeah.
Like he's like for lack of a better term, he's just seething that his brother's like.
He seems like the negative one.
Yeah, and Jake, as much as everybody hates him, I think everything that he does is very thought out. Like the whole Mike Tyson thing, even if it wasn't going to work out, or like even if he had won or lost, it was all going to. He knew it was going to be just blow up in his face. So, like why would he fight a 60-year-old man and then win and be like, I beat Mike Tyson? That's not what he's going to do. I mean, he might do it just to garner hate because any publicity is good publicity. So, bless you.
And made so much money.
Yeah, and if you lost, then it's like. If he says, well, I lost, but it was to Mike Tyson, it's still going to piss people off. So, like, no matter what, he's just pissing people off, and it's genius marketing, in my opinion, because he's just grabbing more attention no matter what. And that goes for all of his fights, honestly. He hasn't fought a real boxer. He doesn't need to because everybody's still paying for it because they just don't like him.
Yeah.
They just want to watch him lose or so.
I think, and that proves that this is like a different level of like trauma-induced entertainment that people just like eat up still.
Yeah.
You know?
No. People love paying for stuff that they hate. Like,
yeah. And what is like it was a good show. Black Mirror was like actually interesting. I would say the first 3 seasons. Maybe that's a bad take because I watched it when I was like 16. And now it's different. But
no, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. They're on season 7. It's pretty bad now.
Is it really? That's like every show I hear though. It's like the first 3 or 4 seasons were good, and now it all sucked.
The Twilight Zone is what it basically is. The Twilight Zone was good. The original one, that's all in black and white. That one's actually good. I don't know. Kind of tripped me out a couple times.
I think I've seen a couple episodes of that, and it was pretty good. I know not the conspiracy theory, but like the thing about the helicopter crash for the movie. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
That like 3 child actors and like 2 of the main actors died because they got a real helicopter and all of them were like, I don't feel good about this, and they all got in it and then they crashed.
And they bad feeling.
Yeah, actually, that's like the thing. They're all like, I don't feel safe getting on that. Okay, I'll get on it, and then
then it crashed. No, there was one of them, and it's the height of the Cold War, and all their radios go to this message saying that they're likely being bombed. And so only one guy in the neighborhood has built this bomb shelter. And he like takes his family down there. They're trying to store as much water as they can before everything's cut off. And so the rest of the neighborhood, like one by one, goes down there and they're like, please let us in, please let us in. And then after a couple minutes, they're all like breaking down this door. And then the radios come back on. They're like, sorry, disregard. We just misdetected something. And like thinking about how you would see your neighbors or just other people after that situation, that'd be horrible.
Well, do you remember when that North Korea missile test thing went off in like 2017 in Hawaii?
Yeah.
And I remember like Jim Carrey did this interview. He was like, yeah, I was there and people were running into the sewers and stuff. And I just sat on the beach and like closed my eyes and wait to die. But it's like the people that were running to the sewers, that's like interesting because they were like all just jumping down the manholes and trying to cover it. It's like, are you going to open that manhole for someone and then have the blast hit right
yeah,
there?
exactly. The way you see in yourself, and then like whether you're one of those neighbors or you're the guy who has the bomb shelter, no matter what, you're going to be traumatized. There's no bombs.
There's a movie I watched. It was from Angels Film, like that Christian production company. They did one like that where like I don't know. There's like this bomb. That movie honestly was dog shit. It was terrible. But like, because there's no context, whatever. But like a bomb goes off in the water, the world's ending, and then there's this guy and his wife and his family. They have like this huge mansion in the hills, beautiful house with like walls, and they have security, and everyone's trying to go there because there's no food, there's no electricity, and these people are just trying to get in the entire time. And one of the kids like shoots a guy on the hill because he's trying to, because people are just trying to hunt, whatever. But it doesn't build up to anything. But it's similar to all those people who were at the gate trying to break in. And the movie is like super corny. They just let everyone in, and it's like kumbaya, and everyone loves each other, which would never be like. They left those people outside of the gate for a month or more, and then they finally let them in. They would not be all. happy.
Yeah,
And
You're your buddy.
no, yeah, they like figured out how to like grow like the food in the winter. One of the guys that was outside, and then another guy was like a chimney guy, and he made a fire. I was like, get the fuck out of here! This movie is fucking trash. That was the worst movie I've ever seen.
What I think would happen in a real life, let's say our infrastructure collapsed. Okay, side note, everyone, if you see anyone preparing for like a civil war or something, they always create their loadout or everything they have for like close quarters combat, which is brain dead in my opinion. You're not going to be going through a building, like you're not going to be going from house to house.
What is it called? CQB or whatever?
You're not going to be doing CQB.
Just clearing every house like at the Rainbow Six.
You're going to be waiting it out long.
The smartest thing to do would be to sit across the street in a bush, wait for them to come out and blast them, and then just go inside.
Yeah, you just
or sit 300 or 100 yards away where they can't see you in a bush. Don't run into their house. You're probably going to die. Like they know their house.
Yeah.
They know their layout. They have everything they need inside their house, and you're gonna run in.
And you're just gonna kill like Navy 6, kill everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you're like
SEAL
no
team,
people around.
SEAL
the
Team
corner.
6,
good
Osama
enough,
bin Laden raid.
You're gonna get a nuke and like you're gonna get a kill chick and a nuke at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
dude.
Like, people actually think that's gonna happen. It's like you're not gonna go and kill. You're probably gonna get shot immediately and die. It's gonna happen.
You know, that actually is a very interesting thing I never thought of before. If there was a scenario where it was every man for himself, the best thing you could do... Okay, this sounds so fucked up. The best thing you could do... I don't know how to put this
Let's see what type of
appropriately.
person you are. Let's see it.
The best thing you could do is get as many bodies as you can and scatter them around your house. Because no one's going to go somewhere where there's already a bunch of dead people. No one's going to do it. So if you make sure that it looks like anyone who comes close dies... Well, not too many, because then people are going to say something good's in there. But enough to where people say, nah, man, that's not worth it. I'm not going over there. That's actually smart. Especially if you put a lot of the weaker links of people around. Like the smaller adults and the woman, Yeah. If you put enough of those around, people will say some psycho's living there. I'm not going to go around there. Tell me that's wrong, though.
Where are you getting these bodies from?
Yeah,
I don't want to say that part.
You just stumble across them.
You're going to have to go collect them.
You have to get some big ass speakers to play like a TikTok song. They're gonna come in droves, you know.
And then you're just gonna bomb all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like there's gonna be no TikTok anymore, so you like pre-record a brain rot video.
A Family Guy video and
Like
video.
with Stewie as like AI.
Projected.
People start coming and just staring at it.
Just the GTA downhill.
Like Stewie Griffin on the background, like please come to the house.
with a Reddit story audio.
It's the real zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's Jared on an island TikToks.
It's a FNAF video. Yeah.
It's just me like talking about how I'm about to kill them.
If it was your video, people would go up and then shoot themselves.
And that would be even
might be a good
scarier.
strategy.
That would be.
Yeah,
that'd be
imagine seeing a whole bunch of people that just shot themselves like all laying around. I would be scared to go over there. I would be genuinely.
I want to go near
terrified.
that shit. I think there's some like mind control shit.
Yeah,
going
some
on.
demonic shit over there.
Some Jared on an island shit.
You just walk up, you see them all, and then Jared on an island starts to play, and you're
He's
like,
just dancing on the screen.
I can't take it anymore. You're like, oh my gosh, what happened here? Then welcome back to
Welcome back, guys.
welcome back to the Friends on an Island podcast. Pull your brains out.
Episode 1360.
Yeah, the eyes glaze over.
Today we talked about Atlanteans, Atlantean genetics.
Yeah, it's just a whole history of Atlantean.
You're just doing Advil and shit to everyone in the front yard.
Aspirin.
Oh my bad.
What's your
That's
go-to
amazing.
brand of aspirin?
So originally I was using baby aspirin, okay? Because I didn't want to. I wanted to see if I would die. Or
What
something.
brand?
I just get the first one on Amazon, the cheapest one on Amazon. Probably doesn't even work. But then I switched to actual adult, like doctor aspirin, which is baby aspirin's 81 milligrams. Adult is 325 or something like that. So it's a lot different. But you don't. I swallow it. I don't let it dissolve in my mouth anymore. And you can definitely feel it at night.
Is it one a day?
Yeah, I
Aren't
take
you
one
just
at
destroying
night.
like your liver or your...
See, they tell you that it's going to destroy your stomach intestines. That's not true.
Yeah. How do you
I thought
know
that was for like ibuprofen and stuff.
But it's also
Not
it's the same type of painkiller.
It's
No?
no, but
I mean ibuprofen's stronger, but
yeah. So it is completely different, but it generally like can have the same effects. They both can reduce pain. But yeah,
like aspirin's a blood thinner as well. So whereas ibuprofen isn't. They're all NSAIDs technically, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, but aspirin. When aspirin first came out, like when they first invented it, they would just use it for everything.
and that's
like
the smart thing to do.
the Romanovs, their kid was a hemophiliac, and the general thought of what the doctor were doing was just making the kid worse, is because they were just giving this kid a bunch of aspirin and his blood already wouldn't clot. And so
he just bled out.
Well, he didn't die from that. He died from communism. Probably blowing his brains out.
Well, the only
if we'd taken more aspirin, he would have lived.
the only bad thing that I've experienced so far is I either somehow cut my eye somehow, or I just didn't drink enough water with it, and I got like insane, like pink eye, but like where it's like red, and I was like, oh shit,
Because your eyes are turning blue now. That's why.
that might be
It's working. It's working.
No, but you should genuinely try it.
I'm not fucking trying that.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here. There's no shot I'm trying that.
Well, try raw liver at least.
Okay, that's more
Raw liver?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll try the raw liver. I don't think I'll try anything raw.
Have you?
Okay, just get liver supplements then.
I will do that.
Okay.
One of me and Roshan's, one of our good friends at the stable, he's apparently a big fan of bull testicles raw. That he orders online.
Who is this?
Ben.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He said he ordered some. I haven't seen him consume some nuts yet, but I would love to because it just sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
They'll
Should've
raise
did
your
it on
testosterone,
video.
but it's like
I think he
a
orders it from
temporary
like
thing.
Australia or some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck? What are you doing with these bull
He
balls?
orders it from Atlantis, actually.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Actually,
They manufacture it.
That's our
they,
main.
they mass
main
produce
deal.
them there.
That's your main export?
Bull testicles.
We use every part just like the natives do.
You guys only have the testicles. You don't even have the rest of the
scrotum.
Well, Atlantean
Use it as
bulls. It's what?
Yeah, use it as apps.
Well, you know what? Okay, this is a genuinely genius idea.
cut the first one off and put it back there.
It's so stupid.
This is a genuinely
No, it's
genius
like a neck
idea.
warmer.
Listen to this, guys. Okay, this is $1 million idea. Someone's gonna steal it on the podcast. I don't know if I talked about this before, but Vikings used to get goats, right? And they'd take their bladders, okay, and they'd use them as underwater oxygen bags because they technically hold in water, so they can hold out water, right? So they'd use them as scuba gear. So tell me, if you're an anti-plastic guy like Soul Bras people, right? Why would you not buy a waterproof bag that is completely organic? People would buy that.
You know what those are called?
What?
Oxygen tanks.
Okay, but you don't want metal.
Yeah, it has metals though.
Why don't you want metal now? You just said plastic.
Well, you don't want either.
But you're still gonna get it anyways. Like if they're gonna go and like take out like what was it, a goat's liver?
Goats. I think it's a bladder. I don't know.
A bladder, like
Yeah.
they still have to like produce it and like make it so that you have to it has to be reusable, right? You're just gonna kill. No, you're
You
just gonna
just gotta
kill
tan it. Just gotta get sunlight.
Just-
I don't want to breathe in piss hair.
Okay, we'll clean it out for you, buddy.
But what are you gonna clean it out with?
But then
You
you're
can't
gonna
use
put
industrial
you're gonna put
soaps.
microplastics
Water.
into the bladder. You can't.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay, so you're saying make a organic bag of some sort to hold air in?
To hold anything in, but it's waterproof. That's the main.
So would you
that's the
just
main
wrap it around
selling
like your
factor.
face and your nose, like?
You don't have to use it as an oxygen tank.
But that's what that
But you
was
can.
your pitch though. That
But
was
you
your
can.
pitch.
But you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that was your use case.
This was your bet. Your like number one.
Okay.
pitch, that's
Okay.
what I-
Well, I thought it was a cool little.
if
fact.
you went to Shark Tank, they'd like tell you to kill yourself. But
Okay, well, Shark Tank isn't the exact type of people I want investing in. my
What
business
kind of people is that?
yeah, what that? Do you want Ray Pizza invest?
Well, he's dead, so.
Fuck.
And I don't want those people investing in it because those people seem to be advertisement, glorifiers. Like what is her name? Lori, whatever, the blonde girl.
Yeah.
She like is the main leader of QVC or whatever.
She does the clothes on all that stuff. Yeah.
That's like brain rot for
For old people, for boomers.
yeah.
Wait, what is it?
She does like the QVC, like the
infomercial
yeah, like
where
the
they
shows where they
sell
like
stuff
show all the
constantly.
bullshit as well, and they sell
Like the ShamWow?
No, this is the one where it's the girl and she's like, and here you can get this.
It's like the
jewelry
4
for
channels
20.
Oh, it's got like the rotating table
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Of all this
crappy
stupid bullshit.
jewelry. Yeah.
It's all made in China, plastic crap.
And you know that stuff's all over TikTok now too. Chinese.
really?
Yeah, they are selling everything you can think of on there, and I don't know if it's good or bad. It's cheap products that genuinely help you.
Have you guys seen a Chinese guy that sells like LED signs or the neon signs?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's like the main guy I've seen. I mean, he's kind of funny. I wouldn't buy his fucking signs, but I think he does a good job at promoting his stuff.
I want a giant LED sign that says "Friends on an Island," and then we can.
Did you get
video
get it?
And we'll
from,
put
get
it right
from
here in Roasting.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't think you could afford that then.
Well, once we get 500 subscribers, we'll see.
Yeah.
Then we'll be balling.
Yeah. Then
We'll have at least $2 in our bank account.
facts.
Then we'll all
$2
quit
a
our
year.
jobs and do this full time.
Yep. We'll be the next Mr. Beast crew. So who's gonna become trans?
Who's sacrificing?
Did you see?
Let's go.
Okay, did you
I
see
gave
that?
up as soon as I saw this guy do it. I was like, everyone's gonna instantly do it, so I might as well just give up.
Bro,
You just
knew
wanna
he
be
had a
trans.
chance.
He
Yeah, I'm also
was
trans,
black
that's
pilled on the nose cone.
Every time we do it, he fucking loses. He doesn't even try anymore.
Yeah, I just gave
It's
up.
so
at this point,
over.
Black pilled on nose cone.
The nose has followed him.
Billions must come.
That's so tough.
Did you see a speed called Mr. Beast? He was like, Mr. Beast, what's your real name again? What? Chris? You get it? Because like Chris is the one that became
The one that
Ava.
Did he call Mr. Beast and said that?
He was like, Mr. Beast, what's your real name again? Is it Chris? And then Mr. Beast like gets pissed. He's like, what
He got
the?
mad.
He's like, what the? No. And Speed is like, oh, my bad. I'm like, okay. I think he genuinely didn't mean that, but it's like really funny.
Has he been back on the Mr. Beast at all after the accusations or no? Chris?
Ava? No.
Wasn't there some stuff about him messaging minors on
Yeah,
Facebook?
there is a lot.
Yeah.
Of stuff.
But apparently, honestly, like seeing through all that stuff,
He doesn't seem like that bad of a guy.
no, the person was being like, okay, it was like 2014, like edgy guy stuff, but like he was interacting with kids doing it, which is so weird.
Yeah. No,
but it was like edgy humor, so I was like, okay, well,
no. What the issue was it was like gooner posting. Like he was just
To kids.
and kids were just in the air in the servers with it.
yeah.
That's like their whole viewership is just kids.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
like posting just bait to get people to jerk off is just
Yeah.
with kids. Well, distributing pornography is technically a
No,
felony.
no,
Like, I don't
yeah.
think it's technically pornography, but it certainly teeters on the line of
Yeah. Well, tell me this.
Immorality.
I don't know how much on TikTok you guys are, but you guys know who Sophie Rain is, right? That was
Yeah.
chick. Okay, everyone knows you whether you want to or not. This is
I love giving her my.
she
money.
is mildly attractive, but like at the same time, she looks shaped weird. I don't. Okay, anyways,
What's her name?
this is Sophie Rain. And saved and bookmarked.
I'm re-downloading TikTok right now.
Okay, this is gonna become a viral thing talked about.
Yeah,
This is gonna happen at some point. So listen, this is my prediction. Okay, they have the Bop House. It's literally just her and a bunch of girls that have OnlyFans. Okay, whatever you want to say about work like that, whatever. But that's a problem. Let's not lie. But like the larger problem is that originally it was for these guys on TikTok that were looking at all this stuff, right? And they were doing it to subscribe to OnlyFans. Something has happened where after they made this Bop House, young women and I think young boys too, but mainly young women have started idolizing these girls as like Disney actresses, as they would Disney actresses, being like fans of them, keeping up with everything they're doing, and then kind of avoiding what they're doing, like their work. But like they're so infatuated with what they're doing. They're making edits of them. They're making fandoms of each of them, caring about every little thing they do. And these girls are willingly creating like lore surrounding what they do and who they interact
Is this
with.
happening on TikTok?
What creator drama is going on. I look through the comments. There's no gooners in there anymore. It's all just young kids fangirling. This is so bad, bro. It's so bad.
Well, the only thing I think I could hope for is that like it becomes so saturated that like the counterculture is like too, or like the culture becomes like to not be like that. You know, like like Harry Potter and stuff. Like
Yeah.
girls used to be obsessed with that. Every girl became obsessed with that. Now like I don't see any girls obsessed with that. So I'm assuming it's just a fad. Hopefully it dies out quickly enough before they can all start OnlyFans pages.
That's my worry though, because think
Yeah.
about it. If it's in their young childhood, they may not be interested in it later growing up, but now they're like, it's like so accepted to do that and then repeat the process to be like, oh well, I'll just cater to this younger audience and do this work, and eventually when they like somebody will come out of it, you know, because they'll do my work for me through the edits and the fan pages and stuff like that. It's not okay.
What about an island house? And it's just all of us in the house.
Well, see, we had that idea, and it's called Little St. James, and
How are you gonna say that?
no, but everyone's been making that joke, so
Yeah, that's
I had
actually
to
the
do it.
origin story for the
Yeah.
Jared on an Island name. He's
Friends on an
reliving
Island?
Yeah,
he's
when I
reliving
was
his
younger,
He's
I was
Jeffrey
flown
Epstein.
out.
He's Jeffrey, what?
Interesting.
No, I was no.
Can I be one of the midgets?
Here's the origin story for the name. I was flown out at 10 years old, and I
And
knew
then-
those guys, but I didn't want to know them. So yeah, that's the origin story.
If you
I'm
were,
sorry
if you were
that
truly from Atlantis,
Thank you.
wouldn't you have just gone into the water? And
Well, I tried to.
but
They have
Atlanteans
boats. They
are
have
not very good
boats.
at swimming.
They have a cage.
but if you're from Atlantis, you could go down so deep they would never find you.
Well,
Well,
the average
they-
IQ
they-
of
they wouldn't have
Atlanteans
any-
is 70, so
Oh, that's
Okay.
true. That's the problem.
Thank you for that
And
amazing joke,
Unless they,
sir.
had goats, unless they had goat bladder, you know, they wouldn't be able to go down. And
But
follow.
there's no goats there on the island except for one Epstein himself. He's the goat. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. What they're coming out with, that stuff. They're trying to make it seem like all the victims they'll show are like the most mentally deranged ones, and also the main one that they're showing. This, I'm not even joking when I say this. She was 17.99 years old. I'm not even joking. So they're using her as the spokeswoman. Yeah, the poster victim. Why would they be doing that? Because they want you to think, oh, well, it's not that bad.
Who's,
Because they're avoiding all the rest of the horrible
Who's
stuff.
they? Like the U.S. government?
People who were connected
yeah,
with
who
him.
is
Yeah,
they?
people who were connected with him.
I've been. Yeah, we're all gonna get fucking. We're not gonna kill ourselves. I don't
Yeah,
think
let's-
I know that.
Okay,
Yeah, let's not talk about this.
Yeah, I don't want this to be online.
Okay,
actually.
sure,
Yeah,
but
you
it's
gotta consider
interesting
the
stuff.
optics.
It is true.
It's
opinion.
interesting.
Dude, I watched the Joe Rogan Ian Carroll podcast.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty interesting.
he's this new guy that's doing a bunch of stuff on the
Conspiracy
stuff, but he's big
whatnot.
on Israel, like anti-Israel. It's very
He was
very
on Joe
crazy.
Rogan
He
Yeah.
was, yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
Like last week.
Ian Carroll.
Ian Carroll.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good
I have
stuff.
no opinions on this.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
check it
I am
out.
Changing the subject.
Neutral.
Changing the subject.
Moving on.
Have you guys been seeing? I was watching videos on gymflation, like where there's so many guys on, you know, all these SARMs and drugs and all these steroids that there's so many younger kids on TikTok and stuff. Like a kid that's like 15 will post like his max or like, you know, a UPR, and everyone in the comments is like, "Wow, that's fucking terrible, bro." You know, it's like, dude, we're like, these are normal people, and I feel a lot of these kids are taking it on like Sam. So like, I don't hate the guy, but
It's cope. That's why.
what?
The gym has become a cope for most men because they want to achieve some sort of aesthetic, but then they realize that the aesthetic has no purpose behind it. So then they're like, "Bro, I need to just keep working out. I just need to keep working out." And then they're still doing all of their deranged, degenerate stuff outside of it, and then they have no drive to no long-term goal, no creativity, nothing like that. And then they see Sam Solik and stuff. That the only thing that he has that they don't is like a following. So that's the only thing that they can replicate because that's the only thing they see. That's what I think.
As our relative gym bro.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Yeah, are you on test yet or?
No, so I think I don't know. I think the whole gym culture is pretty unhealthy. Like, I think the only reason that you should be going to the gym there's a couple reasons. One, you genuinely want to do bodybuilding or something, and that's something that you've had a passion for prior to all these gym influencers. Like, if you saw them and then got interested in it, sure, whatever. But I think a lot of people are just swayed by Sam Sulek and all these personalities. But like Sam Sulek, I don't think is that bad. Like, he's pretty open about him taking some sort of
Steroids. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not necessarily going to say he's taking PEDs because like it's a it's an offense. It's not legal, so I don't think you'd ever say it. But he implies that he's done something, which I can appreciate, as opposed to like a lot of actors and things like that are like John Cena. No, I'm not doing.
I saw that.
He's like 50 years old and he's like massive. He's like
the Rock as well. Like
I
he has
trained
a better
bro.
physique. He has a better physique now than when he was doing WWE and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ridiculous.
Like,
The only one I believe is Tobey Maguire for Spider-Man.
his physique's not even good.
For Spider-Man, it got
like,
good though.
like for
He didn't look bad, but it's not like anything like guys look at him like, damn, look at that
but
guy.
that's
You look
like,
good.
but that's
I
the
would need to see a photo.
problem. That's like the problem with Jim Inflation. Like back then, even like longer ago,
Yeah.
that would have been like, damn, he looks fucking good. And now you see like roided up like The Rock and stuff, and they're fucking massive. It's like, and now everyone's like, I want to be like that guy, or they look at him, so like, I'll be like that guy.
Yeah,
Mike
that's not possible.
Israel.
I think it's actually the other way around. I think back then people were a lot skinnier and they were like less of a certain demographic that tends to be a lot fatter. So,
What?
Okay, thank you, other random guy that walked in. No, I do think that like, I think it's good that people go to the gym, but like the main reason that you should be going to the gym is for yourself. Or I guess main reasons for yourself and to just be healthy.
I
Like,
agree.
because it gets overboard really easily, and it's also like a personal accomplishment thing, like seeing the new weight that you can do, or seeing X, Y, and Z. You know, like watching progress, and it's not like instant gratification we're constantly getting from everywhere in our lives. It's something that's long played out, like something you have to actually work for, and then that I think translates into other. Like how your brain functions in everyday life. It's no longer just seeking immediate gratification if you can consistently go to the gym, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I do think that it's good that people are going, but if people are saying that other people's PRs are shit, it's like, he's not lifting for you, bro.
And that's the problem. Like people will look at some guy benching like, I don't know, 300 or something. It's like, it shouldn't matter what they're doing. Just if you're doing what you're doing, that's all that matters. But
yeah,
and that's what people are, I think, too focused on. They're focused on everyone else and how they look, and then all these people, you see them in a pump, like they look good, and then you see them just like normal. They don't even look that fucking crazy. It's like,
yeah,
it just looks crazy.
Like the Trend Twins are funny and they seem like cool guys, but like honestly, their physique and the amount of roids they take makes them like, I feel like they're kind of like disgusting.
Yeah,
like, in a way, like it's kind of gross knowing that they're like that full of hormonal stuff just seeping out of them. It's kind of like gross in a way.
I think
it's like
it's not
dirty.
really PD either.
Yeah, it's not PD at all.
There's a lot of people that like. There's a guy, I don't know. I think his name's Kenny. Is it Kenny Joe or something? He like goes.
Kenny
to,
KO.
I don't know.
I think it's maybe that guy, but he goes and like Natty or not.
Yeah.
And then this guy that looks very, he looks like a normal guy. He looks like he's probably natural. He's like, yeah, I'm on stuff. I'm like, dude, what are you guys? Everyone's pumping themselves full of everything for no fucking reason. Everyone needs to relax.
No,
That's why they need to be PD. Their hormones there will be perfect.
Yeah, Ray Pete is the answer to this.
Yeah, actually, though.
No, I see people at the gym and they have clear signs of taking something, but they have none of the actual like size to justify it. You know, like they're
just taking something to take something.
Yeah, they'll have like acne, like a whole bunch of acne. They're
Ew.
like their traps and their delts will be big, and then they'll have like really skinny legs, or like, or they're balding. And like it's clearly directed, like it's clearly influenced by them taking some sort of some sort of extra.
You know, yeah. I was at the gym literally yesterday, and there was this couple in there, and this guy and this girl. I don't know what she was doing, but every time she'd finish even one set, she'd go walk over to the guy, and then go walk back in between sets, right? And it was pissing me off. Okay, and then immediately, like, they would go and do one set per machine. For everything in the gym, they were doing that. I was like, and they left everything out. They didn't put anything back. They put it all, like, they were doing every machine. Mm-hmm. What the heck? Like,
maybe
leave me
they're
alone.
new to it.
And of course, they have to go and use the machine 6 inches away from me. Well, I'm the only one there. Go away. Do something else, please.
I've seen that too. And it's just those people. I mean, I respect that they're at the gym. I was at my apartment gym once, and this guy, like, I mean, he's skinnier than me, you know. It's like, you can obviously tell he's new. He has like a workout magazine and he's doing workouts on the magazine. I'm like, I've never seen that in my life before.
Yeah.
And he's just doing like, you know, he does like one set of like cable pull downs. Look at the magazine. He goes to the incline bench machine. He does like 3 reps on that. He goes to the, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And
I mean, it's probably like his first day.
yeah, it is. But
yeah, that's fine.
yeah, and like that, like we were talking about those people too. Like it's annoying, sure, but they just need guidance and.
Yeah, true. I just don't. It's just like they're there together, so one of them should maybe know. And the guy looks like he's been working out for a long time, so that's why I'm like
that's
a little.
Kind of,
You should. Yeah, you need to have etiquette and courtesy if you're gonna be using every machine in the gym.
Yeah. And if you're gonna leave weights out, I hate people that use a dumb. Like at my apartment gym, people just don't know how to put shit back. They get like the plates of the Smith machine. They leave them at the other side of the room. They'll take them upstairs because there's like more stuff upstairs, and they leave them up. Put it back, man. It's not that difficult, dude.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a 5-pound, plate, and it's like in the middle. It's in Narnia. It's in Atlantis. I can't fucking find it. It's so
No,
annoying.
but that's actually a good TikTok idea. Somebody should make a TikTok. Maybe our friend Nate. I don't know, but somebody should make a TikTok just saying part of your workout is putting the weight back. You're not doing it because you feel like you're too tired to do it. Because you know better. You know to put it back. You're just too lazy. This is the part of the workout, putting the weight back.
No, I agree with that. That's actually good.
Yeah, I mean, like, it gets to a point, I don't know, where you're like, actually, never mind.
Yeah. Well, anyways, and then this guy
does not get to a point.
This guy comes out after that, and he comes out shirtless. He's like, oh, and he's like rubbing his body on all of the stuff.
Oh.
I'm like, go away, bro. Why are you doing that, dude? It's gross. Or this lady's like on the phone, like screaming the whole time. You're working out. How do you have energy to scream?
It's usually women that are at the gym and they're like on their phone yapping the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, get your workout done and get the hell out of there. Like, I took a phone call and I was in the gym. I just took the phone and I went outside. I'm not gonna yap in the gym. I think that's disrespectful. You're not there to have a conversation with people.
Okay, if you're talking to a girl right now, tell her, listen, babe, I'll call you at the gym, and in between sets, I'll say your name, and just say her name as loud as you can in between sets. Shaniqua, and
Is
she'll
that
love
good
it.
etiquette?
Yeah.
It also establishes dominance at the gym, so yes.
Find
Out the other
Establishing
people's
dominance.
mother's names, and then say that name at the
And,
gym.
and then follow them around the gym the
Dox
entire
the
time.
random people in the gym.
If they don't put the dumbbells back, you gotta follow them the entire day.
And keep saying their mother's name.
No, I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I was gonna sound like a douchebag. So
Just say it. We all know we're open-minded here. We're positive here. Go
No,
ahead.
it's gonna sound super douchey,
We're
but I was
on
gonna
the
say,
phone.
like, I can get it to an extent, like,
Okay, what?
where like when I'm doing dumbbell bench and I have to carry, like, let's say 200-pound dumbbells.
Oh,
like,
my
all the way
douche
across-
alert.
I've seen him do it though. He actually does it.
all the way across the gym, and then I have to like carry it across, wait like a minute for my heart rate to go back down, and then actually work out.
Yeah.
And then after I'm done, I have to wait another minute and then carry it back. So like I get it at a certain point, but if you're just doing like 45-pound plates, like at no point should you be so tired that you can't. I mean, unless you're like training for something in particular, but like I think if it's your everyday workout, you're not going to be so fatigued that you're like. You can't pick up a 45-pound plate. I don't know.
You can't wait till, even if you move it around during your workout, like at the end of everything, can't you just wait and then put it back? Like, people won't be mad at you, I think,
No, yeah. I mean, as long as it gets put back eventually, but
Yeah.
If you can't re-rack it, then you shouldn't be doing that weight, honestly. Like, if you're actually dying, like, if you're doing, I could do 45, then I put them back. I mean,
yeah.
I think that's a normal. But people will grab, like, 2 different sets of dumbbells, do all their sets, and they leave everything there. I'm like, dude, put them back.
Do you think a grip, like what is it called, stuff for the grip is like important, or should you just build up your grip strength for
What do you mean, like reps?
But the reps.
Yeah. Do you think
To an extent.
Okay.
So I have wrist straps. So I have like wrist straps that go around for like wrist stability,
Okay.
and then I have other ones where it's like it's a loop that goes around, and then you
Velcro
you like
or
wrap
whatever.
the
The bar around the
yeah
Okay,
you
yeah.
get what I'm saying. So
for grip.
for like on my back day, like let's say I'm doing lat pull downs,
Yeah.
I won't use them
Okay.
unless I'm doing more weight than I should be. Like honestly, if you're doing so much weight that you can't grab it or you can hold on to it, then you probably shouldn't be doing that much weight.
Well, like for me, like if I'm doing lat pull downs, out like my grip strength is first to fail before my lats.
If anything, I would say do more forearms to build up that strength.
Okay.
Because it's kind of showing like
It's just
an obvious disparity in
Yeah.
strength, and like that's a weak point. If you want to be healthy and functional, like you should be trying to flatten out all those weak areas, you know. But if I'm deadlifting and it's like a lot of weight, like let's say I'm doing 200 pounds on lat pull downs, let's say that, and my wrists go out. That's much different from me doing like maxing out on deadlifts where I'm doing almost 400 pounds, you know. Like the movements are totally different, whereas like this is completely dependent on me pulling it down to here. Like it's all reliant on my actual like grip strength to be able to hold that. Whereas like my deadlift, I'm not focusing on my wrist. I'm just focusing on like
The other muscles.
on like my legs or my lower back or whatever. You know, so like I would say
That makes sense, honestly. Yeah.
if it makes sense, then do it. But like,
But generally, you should be. But basically, what you're saying is generally people should be training their grip strength. And if you're doing so much weight like already that you need to use some sort of help to still build that muscle, then that's like.
I would say honestly, what I would say if you're doing lat pull downs and you're struggling to hold the weight, I would say keep using the straps, but do more forearm workouts as well.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I'm
yes,
not
it's
doing that.
okay.
I'm not adding to my workouts. Yeah.
Okay, like
It's like one exercise. It's like 3 sets of something, you know, just for your. You don't have to go
3
crazy.
sets of jogging.
Yeah, you could just jog all day and it's something.
I saw this YouTube short where this guy's like how to build insane hands, right? And it's just him like
With the
mushing rice,
The
yeah, all
bowl of
day.
rice.
I'm like, bro, okay, at that point, you're doing that for female attention, bro. Just don't do that. Like, there's no other reason to train your hands like that, solely your hands, other than being like, yo, girl, let me send you a hand pick real quick.
You want a hand pick? Yeah.
They love that, man. They love the
hand
veins.
picks?
They love the vascularity. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can't comment on this topic, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on that topic, to be
Cheers,
honest.
his hand's bigger.
Okay. So and then another thing is
class.
this is what I've also learned recently. During Halloween, you need to carve a pumpkin and upload a video of you putting your hand in the pumpkin. Girls love that, apparently. Okay.
Just getting
Is
into
there
the
any like
guts.
deep pathological reason for
Thank
that?
you.
Well, I don't want. It's not PG.
This is really horny over here.
Get the pumpkin guts, bro.
Digging in her guts.
Getting
the pumpkin
guts.
The pumpkin's like you digging in.
You dig it?
You fucked the pumpkin. The pumpkin.
The guts.
You start fucking the pumpkin. No, dude, I'm talking about the pumpkin.
Bro, obviously the pumpkin.
He's like drooling while he's talking about it.
You start fucking the pumpkin. And, no, the pumpkin, guys.
Fuck the pumpkin.
Yeah.
It has guts.
No, I didn't mean fuck the pumpkin. I just meant the pumpkin.
Just get the guts out of the pumpkin.
You have to rearrange the guts in the pumpkin.
You gotta take them all out.
Okay. Anyway.
Everybody knows that.
Is that what are you gonna do? Is that what you're gonna do on Halloween? You're gonna record?
Yeah, I
it?
think I'm gonna start doing that. I need a thirst trap more
You're gonna
to
dig in
even
the
out the
pumpkin?
cringe.
Yeah. You're like.
I think that would make
You're like.
Compound it. Compound it.
You like cut out the top off. You're like rubbing your finger around the top of it.
Dragging my finger around after I lick it.
No, you gotta lick it after.
Oh, true.
Yeah, like go
You're like
around.
carving holes in it, or like just.
Do you remember that meme where he goes, noise? Why was that so funny to us at 14? It's just a whole guy. Nice.
I'm imagining you like caressing this pumpkin really good and just making that sound effect.
Just licking the pumpkin.
Oh, you know.
You're like literally like moaning while you do it.
Can you go to the gym with the pumpkin, work out with the pumpkin, and like slowly just keep like getting more sexual with it?
There's like literally a hole like that size.
I'm just doing squats.
It has like dripping out of it, like it's like the
What?
smallest-
It's got a wedge.
I'm just doing squats where I just smash the pumpkin. I just like sit on it.
And then the stem's like upright.
I was thinking about that part cut out, but
He does a squat. He comes up with the pumpkin.
He's like holding it. And like
more weight on the eccentric movement.
Instead of the gym butt plug, you have the gym pumpkin.
The
squat
pumpkin.
That's why I don't squat. I actually feel afraid, like, what happens if you actually shit during a
Can you not
deadlift?
hold your shit in or something?
Okay, never mind. I mean, squats, yeah, I do that. But I'm saying, deadlifting, you know, people who do, like, insane weights and then they shit themselves?
Oh, they crazy
insane weights.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not really afraid
just
of
fucking
it.
do it. You're not gonna shit your unless you're doing.
I do, okay, I don't do deadlifts that much. I'm more afraid of hurting my back.
That is true, but
I'll do squats, though, because I need to fix my hips, you know?
I do
Childbearing
deadlifts.
hips.
Yeah.
Atlantean hips.
Atlantean hips for swimming, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. They're not used to all the
And for
land.
childbearing.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, you guys want to wrap it up now?
Yeah, it's about enough for that.
All right, well, hope
Wait,
you guys...
one more topic.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, never mind. All right,
Can we
well,
talk about pumpkins more?
if you enjoyed us talking about such deranged shit this episode, maybe we'll keep it on these lighthearted topics. I don't know. But thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment below if you're watching in the future. Even though the future isn't real, time isn't linear. Make sure to be creative, be positive, and peace.